Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Murdoch DeFi YouTube channel. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look and talking about something that's a little bit different from what we typically talk about here on the channel. So, as you can see here on your screen, we are looking at Optimus or OPT2. Now, if you are familiar with this project, I'm sure you are. It is quite the topic of conversation in the DeFi space right now. I myself have a large position, what I would consider to be pretty large, in Optimus. But what we're going to be talking about today is specifically these transactions, right? And as you can see, a lot of these very, very tiny, small transactions, typically right after a big buy or a big sell comes in. So you see a big buy, $6,000. Then you see all these little cells, right? And essentially, what that is myself as well as a handful of other people have been using a tool called Alchemy Trades to go ahead and set up grid bots to be able to trade the OPT2 token. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you about today. We're going to go ahead and set up a bot, and I'm going to walk you through the process of how we're doing this. I know I just recently watched one of DeFi Dude's most recent videos. I believe he put out just a few hours ago, where he was actually talking about the fact that people are using these bots, and that is helping the price stability or kind of hold the price floor along with their bots. But obviously, as you see, if you're watching the transactions, you're watching the charts, especially if you're watching like minute charts, what you'll see is a large sell comes in, whether that's an investor taking profits or whether that's their actual bots kind of doing its job. You'll see, like I said, a big sell come in, and then immediately after there, you'll see a bunch of very small buys, and those small buys represent, for the most part, a lot of these people. Well, like I said, I really think it's only a handful of us that are actually doing this, but what it's doing is once that sell comes in, everybody that's running a grid bot, it will go ahead and make small buys. And what that does is essentially eats or kind of wicks the candle back up to where it should be, to kind of hold and stabilize the price floor. And then obviously there's incentive for doing this as well, because of course we are making money because we set up grid bots. If you're not familiar with what a grid bot is, I'm going to, like I said, walk you through that process and how we set those up. That being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into it. So this is going to be Alchemy Trades. I'll leave the link down below to Alchemy Trades. You can join in their Discord. I believe you can even be able to download the tool, and before you purchase a license, be able to kind of run it in simulation mode. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that is a feature. If it's not already out, then they're going to be releasing it here soon. Very, very cool. So you could, be able to see it firsthand on your own accord and be able to use that simulation mode, which is essentially like paper trading, right? So this is Alchemy Trades. Now, once you have the bot set up and running, you can go ahead and pick your decks that you're going to be using. And this is the very, very cool thing about Alchemy Trades is that normally when we talk about grid bots, we think of a centralized exchange and having to set these grid bots up on centralized exchange, whether that's using tools like Pinex or on KuCoin or things like that. They have these grid trading bots. However, with Alchemy, you don't have to worry about being only able to trade tokens that are listed on a centralized exchange. This works directly with MetaMask and uses DEXs. So it benefits us DeFi users because we can use this to trade literally any token that is out there on a DEX. However, obviously, if tokens have buy and sell tax associated with them, then that is something that I would steer away from, which is why OPT2 or Optimus presents a really unique opportunity to go ahead and run these grid trading bots on. So let's go ahead and jump into it. That was the last one. Let's see, start a new grid. There we go. So let me go ahead and grab the Optimus contract real quick, OPT2. Then we're also going to grab its paired contract, which is USDT. Go ahead and put that in here. It finds the pair, it lets you know what the current price is at. And if we look at the current price, what I typically like to do, because it's going to ask us to set an upper range and a lower range. And what I like to do is find like the happy medium in between there. So for me, what I like to do is kind of create or create a tight grid. So what I'm typically doing is probably making the grid about a 10-cent difference. So we're going to start it at 142 with the top of the grid being, the upper range of the grid being 152 and then the lower grid being 142. And you're going to go ahead and click find grids. And then as you can see here, it says the amount of grids. So again, we've given the bot this range between 152 and 142. And now we're going to tell it how many grids that we want to use. And I've done some trial and error on my own using the maximum amount of grids that we can. However, I've found the best results at about 23 to 25 grids with the amount of capital that I'm using. So profit per grid, we're looking at 98 cents. We're looking for movements that are 0.004348. And the rate per grid is 323.99. So we're going to go ahead and click this start grid button. It's going to go ahead and start working. And what it will do, it's immediately going to buy a bunch of OPT2 and then probably sell it since we just made a big buy. But there you go. You can see grid sell there. We've already realized $1. You can go ahead and be able to view your trades here. So these are all the buys. And then this is that sell that just came through. And you can go ahead and be able to confirm this as well on the charts. So as we can see, this was that big buy that came through from me. And then conversely, after that, everybody that has running these grid bots is going ahead and selling to keep that price stable. So pretty cool there. You'll be able to close this. You'll be able to click this update button and see the current metrics or the current grid settings. Again, we're trading OPT2, USDT pair. The grid range is $1.42 to $1.52. We're using 23 grids, and our starting price when we started the bot was $1.45 and some change, right? And then here gives you my starting total of capital. That is the amount of USDT that I had in this particular wallet once we started the actual bot. To kind of walk you through the dashboard here, this is your timer. This lets you know how long the grid bot has been running. And to kind of give you an idea of what this has been looking like for me, let's see, last night I ran the bot for about 9 hours and walked away with about $160 or so in realized profits. And then my internet cut out. So obviously when your internet cuts out, the bot is going to stop trading. So I had to set it back up, and I figured that since I'm setting this up, might as well make a video about it and show you guys what I've been kind of doing to trade with this, right? Since everybody's been kind of talking about this as of lately. But all in all, it's good to see that the Optimus team understands that this is a good thing to benefit the price stability of the OPT2 token. But moving on, you see the pair that you're trading here. You're looking at the grid down. So if this goes down to $1.44, let me go ahead and update that. If this goes down to $1.44 or this price, it is going to go ahead and initiate a buy. And then conversely, if it goes up to this price, it is going to initiate a sell. And that is how that works. Again, there are 23 of these grids at varying different levels of prices between $1.42 and $1.52. This gives you the current grid that they are on. And then down here, you'll be able to see the price. You can see the total that we have invested. Well, the total that we're using to trade with doesn't necessarily mean that we have we haven't bought or we haven't expended all of that capital quite yet. And then your realized profit, as you can see, based on that one trade, we made $1.05 profit. So again, this is something that just sits in the background of my computer and works for me all day while I continue to do work. And it's in my opinion, very, very passive income. So it's cool. And it also helps me secure my large position on my main portfolio. That being said, OPT2 is getting ready to be listed on MEXC. If you and DeFi Dude actually talked about this today. So obviously, if I'm using trading bots to go ahead and trade the OPT2 USDT pair, I'm going to also want to take advantage of arbitrage opportunities between the centralized exchange and the OPT2 listing using the wrapped and unwrapped version of OPT2. And the way that you're going to be doing that is by using MEXC to go ahead. You're going to have to create an account here, obviously. So if you want to do that, we've partnered up with the guys over at MEXC. If you want to sign up to create an account, I'll leave a link down below in the description of today's video, as well as the link to Alchemy Trades. Again, you could be able to jump in their Discord, try it out, see if it's something that you would like. Obviously, for me, this is something that I like because it gives me control over what I'm doing. I could be able to come in here and end the bot whenever I want to. Once you end the bot, it is going to then take the rest of the OPT2 tokens that are in your wallet and go ahead and convert those back over to USDT. But the beautiful thing with Alchemy Trades is that you can use literally any pair, right? If we wanted to trade AVAX, we could be able to trade AVAX as well. Or if there's some token out there that is pretty stable, and as you can see, we did get another sell just come through. We can go ahead and view that. So there you go, $1.46 on that one. So like I said, this just works passively for me in the background and is able to allow me to profit more than I would by just holding the OPT2 tokens, and of course the 1% per day rebase. So very, very cool. Let me know what you guys think about this. Again, if you want to sign up for a MEXC centralized exchange account, link will be down below in the description, as well as the link to Alchemy Trades here. You can be able to check them out if that's something that is interesting in you. By all means, if you guys got any value out of this video, if this is kind of interesting to you, I would appreciate if you could smash that like button. And definitely you're going to want to subscribe for more things that we have coming in the future. So some definitely some exciting stuff coming in the coming weeks to the channel and to DeFi as a whole. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one.